What happens when two of Chinese drama's most talked about stars suddenly appear as CEO hosts of one of the most prestigious luxury fashion events in New York City? A role typically reserved for established fashion insiders or Western media personalities, leaving fans, industry professionals, and fashion critics absolutely stunned and demanding to know how this unprecedented hosting gig came to be. The global fashion and entertainment communities are currently in a state of complete shock after Gucci announced just 48 hours before their major New York flagship reopening celebration that Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei would be serving as the official event hosts and masters of ceremony for the evening, a decision that has generated over 12 billion social media impressions, sparked intense debate about celebrity qualifications and cultural representation in luxury fashion, and raised explosive questions about what this hosting opportunity reveals about both stars' rising international status. The burning questions that have literally broken fashion Twitter and Chinese entertainment platforms. Why did Gucci choose these two relatively young stars over established fashion media personalities? What qualifications do they have to host a major luxury brand event in New York? How did they perform in a role nobody saw coming? What does this mean for the future of Asian representation in Western luxury fashion events? And most controversially, are fans right to be suspicious that there's more to this partnership than just hosting, possibly hinting at romantic chemistry that the brand is deliberately leveraging? The announcement that sent shockwaves through both fashion and entertainment industries came at approximately 3:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday afternoon, when Gucci's official global social media accounts posted a sleek video teaser showing Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei in matching elegant black attire against a New York City skyline backdrop, with text overlay revealing, "Your hosts for an unforgettable evening, Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei, invite you to celebrate Gucci New York." The video was sophisticated and professional, showing both stars delivering brief welcome messages in English with what language experts noted was impressive fluency and confidence, immediately triggering massive reaction from multiple audiences who were shocked for different reasons. Fashion industry insiders were shocked because hosting duties at major luxury brand events are typically given to established fashion journalists, celebrity stylists, or Western entertainment personalities with long-standing relationships to the brand and the fashion community. The choice of two Chinese drama actors, however popular in their home market, represented a significant departure from standard practice. Chinese entertainment fans were shocked because neither Zhang Linghe nor Tian Tiwei had been publicly associated with Gucci in any major capacity before this announcement, making the hosting role seem to come from nowhere without the typical buildup of brand ambassador appointments and smaller collaborations that usually precede such prominent featuring. The reaction on social media was immediate and explosive, with the announcement post becoming one of Gucci's most engaged content pieces within hours, despite or perhaps because of the controversial and unexpected nature of the news. Comments ranged from excited celebration from fans of the two stars who were thrilled to see them receiving international recognition and opportunity, to confused questioning from fashion followers asking, "Who are these people, and why are they hosting a Gucci event?" to suspicious speculation from entertainment gossip accounts suggesting that this joint hosting role might indicate romantic involvement between Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei, that the brand was leveraging for publicity. "Gucci doesn't just randomly pick hosts for major events," wrote one popular fashion industry insider account. "The fact that they chose these two together rather than individually, and that this seems to come out of nowhere without previous major brand relationship, makes me think there's a story here we're not being told. Are they a couple? Is this a test for a bigger campaign? What's the real reason for this choice?" The qualifications question became a major point of debate and controversy, with critics questioning whether Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei had the experience, knowledge, or credibility to host a major luxury fashion event in New York, while defenders argued that this criticism was rooted in Western fashion industry gatekeeping and cultural bias. Multiple fashion journalists and commentators posted critical takes questioning the decision, with some suggesting it represented celebrity stunt casting that undermines the seriousness and credibility of luxury fashion events, and others arguing that hosting requires specific skills and fashion knowledge that drama actors don't necessarily possess regardless of how famous they are in their field. These criticisms sparked fierce pushback from defenders who noted that both Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei are accomplished professional entertainers with significant hosting experience in Chinese entertainment contexts, that they both have demonstrated genuine interest in and knowledge of fashion through their personal style and previous fashion-related activities, and that the assumption they're unqualified seemed to be based more on their being Chinese and primarily known in Asian markets, rather than any actual assessment of their capabilities. Would people be questioning their qualifications this intensely if they were American or European actors of similar stature being asked to host an event in their own country? Wrote one cultural critic. This feels like a double standard where Asian celebrities are expected to prove themselves worthy of opportunities that Western celebrities would be granted without question. The event itself took place on Saturday evening at Gucci's newly renovated Fifth Avenue flagship store in Manhattan, with approximately 800 guests including fashion editors, celebrities, major clients, influencers, and media representing the cream of New York's fashion and social scenes. The atmosphere was reportedly tense with anticipation and skepticism, with multiple attendees admitting they arrived curious whether Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei would succeed in the hosting role, or whether the evening would become an awkward disaster that confirmed critics' doubts. The venue had been transformed into a spectacular multi-level experience showcasing Gucci's latest collections, with different floors dedicated to different themes and experiences, requiring hosts who could navigate complex logistics, keep energy high throughout a 3-plus-hour event, conduct interviews and introductions, and generally serve as the connective tissue holding together various elements of the evening's programming. What actually unfolded over the course of the evening has been described by virtually every attendee and media outlet that covered the event as a revelation, and proof that the doubters and critics were completely wrong. According to extensive reporting from multiple fashion publications and testimonials from guests, Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei absolutely crushed the hosting duties, displaying professionalism, charisma, chemistry, and competence that exceeded even optimistic expectations. They opened the evening with a welcome speech that was delivered partially in English and partially in Mandarin with English interpretation provided, acknowledging the multicultural audience and explicitly addressing the significance of their role as Chinese hosts at a major American luxury fashion event. "We're honored and honestly a little nervous to be here tonight," Zhang Linghe reportedly said with charming self-deprecating humor that immediately endeared him to the crowd. "We know some people were surprised by Gucci's choice to have us host this celebration, and we want to prove that your surprise was justified because you're about to have a surprisingly amazing evening." The confident humor and direct acknowledgement of the controversy reportedly earned immediate applause and broke the ice with an audience that had arrived somewhat skeptical. The chemistry between Zhang Linghe and Tian Tiwei throughout the hosting duties has been described by every single reporter and attendee as electric, natural, and suggesting either exceptional professional rapport or genuine romantic connection. Their co-hosting dynamic reportedly worked flawlessly, with natural back-and-forth banter, smooth transitions between segments, playful teasing that felt affectionate rather than mean, and numerous moments of non-verbal communication and coordination that suggested deep familiarity and comfort with each other. During a segment where they were interviewing Gucci's creative team about the inspiration behind the new store design, they reportedly finished each other's sentences and referenced shared jokes in ways that had the audience laughing and multiple observers noting that these two are either incredible actors or they're definitely together. One particularly noted moment came when Zhang Linghe stumbled slightly while walking in a different section of the store and Tian Tiwei immediately reached out to steady him, their hands lingering together for a moment longer than strictly necessary, while they looked at each other with expressions that witnesses described as loaded with meaning and affection. The language proficiency both hosts demonstrated surprised and impressed many attendees who had not expected such fluent English from Chinese drama actors. While both occasionally struggled with complex vocabulary or specific fashion terminology, their overall English communication was described as confident, comprehensible, and actually charming in its occasional imperfection rather than being a barrier to effective hosting. Their English was better than many American celebrities' hosting skills, wrote fashion journalist Booth Moore in her event coverage for WWD. They were articulate, engaging, funny, and managed to conduct complex interviews and introductions with minimal awkwardness. Any small language struggles actually made them more relatable and endearing rather than undermining their effectiveness. This was genuinely impressive hosting work in what for them is a second language in a foreign city at a high-pressure event. The fashion knowledge both demonstrated throughout the evening further silenced critics who had questioned their qualifications.